The closure of a Big Lots distribution center will soon leave hundreds without jobs. NBC4's Samantha Bender has more on the impact this will have on families and the economy.
379 people are losing their jobs, to be exact, a big number which will have a big impact here in central Ohio. Today I spoke with two employees off camera who have already been laid off. They tell me they loved what they did and who they worked with, which makes this news sting even more.
No matter how you look at that, that's a tragedy and unfortunate, and we know there'll be a negative impact.
In a notice filed to the city, the Columbus-based company announced its distribution center on Philippi Road will close by the end of October. Franklin County Board of Commissioners President Kevin Boyce says the news is disappointing. Not only did people rely on it for products, but for employment.
All too often, we learn of those closures when they're happening or right before they're happening, as opposed to these institutions reaching out to us to say, how can we prevent this? Or what can we do to save this a year ago or 6 months ago?
Steve Stivers is the president of the Ohio Chamber of Commerce. He says we're seeing ebbs and flows in the Ohio economy right now, with layoffs at other major companies like Walmart and Family Dollar. But he says there is a silver lining.
Ohio's unemployment rate is still historically very low. It's at 4.5%. And as we sit here today, there are more people or more open positions in Ohio than people on unemployment looking for work.
Stivers says Ohio's economy is growing, averaging about 50 people moving here each day.
There will always be some readjustments, even in a growing economy. And announcements like this are sad and unfortunate, but the good news is the overall trajectory in Central Ohio is up.
The employees I spoke with today tell me they're crushed by the news, and each new day they're faced with new uncertainties. One of them expected to retire there, but now for her, it's back to square one.
You might have a savings or you might have other resources. It's still a devastating impact. And so just my hearts go out to those families.
This all comes after the Columbus-based discount retail chain announced last month it was closing over 300 stores nationwide. We'll have a link to resources for these employees over on our website, NBC4i.com. Local for you, Samantha Bender, NBC4.